Hi, I'm Samantha Martin, and you're listening to Beyond the Mountain, the podcast. Today we're sitting down with a good friend of mine, Presley Haile, a talented singer-songwriter whose heartfelt lyrics and raw storytelling make her stand out in the Texas music scene. In this episode, we dive into her journey as an artist, the stories behind her songs, and what's next for her in 2025. So plug on in and get ready to hear all things Beyond the Melody from the mountain daughter herself, Presley Haile. Welcome everyone to Beyond the Melody. Today we are sitting down with my incredibly talented friend, Presley Haile. We met at the mountain and I walked right up to her and I just said, "You're incredible. Will you be my friend?" And she was like, "Yeah, dude." And then we've been friends ever since.
Because you're also incredible.
No.
Thank you for thinking I'm incredible.
You
I
are
love
incredible.
you so much.
I love you too. Before we get into the music, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're working on right now?
Yeah, so my name is Presley Haile. The E at the end of my name often confuses people. It's silent. But yeah, I'm just from Hamilton, Texas. I've been doing this music thing for about 6 years now. And I guess I got started when I was 16. And we're just trucking along, writing songs, playing shows.
Love it.
Doing it all.
Well, to start things off right, we would love to hear the melody before we go beyond the melody. So do you have some songs for us?
Absolutely. So, a huge part of my career is, Nick,
For
my
sure.
boyfriend. And it was a few years ago, actually. I think it was probably around the time that we met, because it was for the Songwriter Showcase that Larry Joe puts on.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the night before I was supposed to go, and I needed one more song. So I was like, we get home from a gig, and I go straight to our room. We lived in Marshall, Texas at the time. And I just pull out my guitar, and I lock myself. I was like, heat up the pizza. I'll see you in 30 minutes, Went to the room, and I was just sitting down, and I was like, what am I going to write about? And it just hit me like a ton of bricks. It's like, because I was trying to write about Nick all the time,
Mm-hmm.
but I just could never, really get it out how I wanted. And I just sat there. And he's such a phenomenal person, he's so generous, he's so caring, he is a giver to his core. He will give every last ounce of himself for something or somebody that he cares about. And I think that's extremely admirable. But I was just sitting there and I was like, if his heart was a home, what would it be like? I would love to live there. Because I already feel like I do live there,
Yeah.
Figuratively,
I remember when I first heard that lyric, I was like, oh, what a beautiful, space to be in and love, because that
Aw.
is just...
Well, that's how he makes me feel.
That's so
It's I
cool.
remember having conversations with him before we even got together, and I was like, what does being in love feel like? And he was just like, everything's brighter, everything's better, so cliche, but he's freaking right. So I wrote the song about Nick. It's called If His Heart Was a Home. I've been chasing rainbows across state lines and making my bed underneath these Texas pines, searching for the gold vagabonds long to find. The pot finally showed in this man of mine. If his heart was a home, I'd live in a mansion of gold, with a shimmering garden growing diamonds like weeds. In his eyes I see a place free of envy and hate. I thank God above that he's loving me. He's got a voice as smooth as river stone, strong enough to take down Babylon. The hands of a poet to make his guitar croon, a tongue seasoned by pain that wakes with the moon. If his heart was a home, I'd have a castle of my own with silver crown molding and Da Vinci paintings. In his eyes I see a life full of wonder and surprise. I thank God above that he's loving me. And oh, I pray that someday I'll have the honor of taking his last name, his last name. 'Cause if his heart was a home, I'd live in a mansion of gold with a shimmering garden growing diamonds like weeds. And in his eyes I find mine, reflecting a fulfilled life. And I thank God above that he's loving me. Good morning.
So good, though. I love.
Thanks.
Ugh, that was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
You're just like the queen of a metaphor.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
A poet, if I ever know it.
A poet if I ever know it.
Yep.
Using that. I love that.
Yeah, so that was about Nick. And y'all have been together for how
4
long?
years, dude. Like, I met him. It'll be 5 years at the end of March. And so crazy. Like, I often reminisce on, like, meeting him and, like,
Yeah.
how it's changed my life. Because it's just changed my life in so many ways. Like, when I met him, he was the first, like, real songwriter I'd ever been around. And it made me want to take songwriting a whole lot, like, more serious, you know? And here we are, being a songwriter.
Yeah,
But-
he's also a poet. He's,
Oh, yeah.
He's a fantastic writer.
Yes, and guitar player, oh my god.
Oh, forget about
Like,
it. Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, he's so funny. I love that guy.
I love him
Rum
too.
Dog Millionaire.
Rum Dog. Like,
Okay, so what was your next song that you wanted to do? Was it about your new one, or was it Carrie? Carrie?
I will get to Carrie just because
Okay.
I have to down tune the guitar, and
For
that'll be
sure.
the last one I do, so I don't have to tune it back up.
No,
Because I can down tune it to drop D by ear, but I can't tune it back up.
Fair enough. So,
but-
new song.
Yeah, so this one, I write a lot of my songs when I'm on the road, especially, and like, I feel like this happens to everybody, but it's like, I never realized that I have like the seasonal sads until the sun comes out. I'm just like, wow, I've been dead to the world for
Yeah.
months. But this was like at the head of it. I wrote the song in November, and there's a lot going on at the time in my life, a lot of really exciting things. And I was so afraid of like cracking under the pressure because I'm a very anxious individual and I don't cope well with certain things. And I hate when people rely on me. I love it, but it's like I don't want to let people down, you know?
Yeah, it's stressful.
And I don't want to let myself down either. But I was having this thing where it's like I've prayed my whole life for this stuff, and now that it's happening, I'm afraid I'm gonna blow it. So it was kind of like a chin up, kid, get out there. But I wrote this song kind of about
To
like,
yourself.
yeah.
Wow.
But like my grandpa was a farmer, so I wrote it from like a farmer's perspective.
So from him to you.
Yeah,
kind
but
of.
like I'm tilling the soil, like I am sowing the
Okay,
seeds.
okay, I love
This
it.
is my field. Like,
I love it.
it's called Tethered. I've I've got some land and the seeds for sowing. Thought I had a plan, but I'm just going off, not knowing what's up ahead. Beyond that river bend, just my luck, any crop will end up in a whitetail's jaws again. I've tilled the soil with hunger and will, as the winds kept howling louder and the rain flooded the field. You learn to be specific with what you're asking of the Lord. Need to drench the land, beg for his hand, he gives a deluge downpour. How to remain tethered in time when all it's being used for is trying to stay alive. Dark is the night when the stars don't align, but come dawn I find with my weary eyes the sun still shines. I've watched the seasons come and go. Well, they bring with them reasons and take with them hope. With each passing solstice, I'm slipping further behind. Seeds stay dry, another year's gone by. With empty hands come harvest time. How to remain tethered in time when all it's been used for is trying to stay alive. Dark is the night when the stars don't align, but come dawn I find with my weary eyes. Oh, come dawn I find with my bloodshot eyes the sun still shines.
Wow, I don't think I've heard that one before.
It's fresh.
I love.
Thank you.
Is that going to be a single you release or new album?
I don't know, but we did cut it
You
like
did?
2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yay.
So I'm stoked about it. It came out really cool. So I had this vision. I thought I knew how I wanted it to be produced. And I get in there with the fantastic players that were a part of it. And I was like, this isn't how I want it to be at all, you know? And they just had great ideas. I love that feeling.
So it evolved.
It evolved. It did. I love that. I love that about recording. Like the evolution of a song from idea to paper to, wow, this is in my car.
Oh, that's on the radio.
It's crazy.
So you co-wrote this with our good friend Carrie Lick, who was here last week.
I love Carrie, dude.
We love Carrie.
So her and I, it was last year, we went on the Gone Fishing tour, and it was literally like almost this time last year. And we were passing through East Texas, and that's where Nick's mom lived. That's where we used to live. And she is, I have to say, but like, I love her to death. Like, I love her so much. She is such a fantastic woman. Nick's mom is Tanya. And so is Carrie.
I swear, I've talked about Nick's mom maybe on every episode. I don't know how.
I love that. I love that.
She's a gem.
She literally is. And, like, she's just such, like...
I've only met her once, but it was an impression.
She's an amazing person. Like, she's, like, fairy tale mom. Like, literally, like, she's amazing. I love her so much.
Yeah, I was sick. Remember, I was like kind of sick, and we were at Heiko Hall, and y'all were like, "Come back to the house and have chicken and dumplings with us."
And they're amazing.
They were amazing.
Oh my god, I love her chicken and dumplings, dude. But yeah, so like Carrie and I were passing through East Texas, and all the wisteria vines were in full bloom. And I've moved away, so like it's been a while, and like I don't think I ever really appreciated them when I lived there. But we came back, and it was beautiful. You know, it was so gorgeous. They were on everything. So her and I, we went back to Nick's mom's house that night after we did like a little walk after our show, and we just got out our journals because we were in that songwriting group at the time, and we were just kind of brainstorming what we wanted our next song to be about. So we started jotting down ideas, and we get to Arkansas the next day, and she starts playing this sweet little progression, and she just pulls out our journal, and she was like, "What were you writing about yesterday?" And I was like, "I was writing about wisteria." And she was like, she kind of laughed, and she was like, "No way, me too." And immediately this song started hitting the paper. Like, we were pen to paper going after it, and it was, honest to God, like the most magical co-write I've ever done. And I'm extremely grateful for Carrie. I'm very grateful for this song. I feel like the song is special to me because I feel like we said a lot of things that I wanted to say but didn't know how. And Carrie, she's such a wordsmith, you know. So this is Wisteria Bouquet. Wisteria winds taste so sweet. You tend to forget the past, but what's beneath those old pine trees always finds a way to trespass. I've been sneaking around in memory, cattle waters, remember when I'd sew my pride onto my shirt sleeve, despite my heart's content, running wild to rush what will be, standing idle all the same, all the wrong turns you make along the way will bloom in a wisteria bouquet. Just off Alamo Boulevard, 607 and a deck of cards, coffee courses on the grand scheme of hell tempt the corners of my mouth. She seems to stop the world from turning. Slowly, child, take your time, for you can sit with all your burdens and still find peace of mind, running wild to rush what will be, standing idle all the same, all the wrong turns you make along the way will bloom in a wisteria bouquet. Set your lessons on a table for everyone to see, shaking hands with what you're able, petals drop on a cedar top. Running wild to rush what will be, standing idle all the a wisteria bouquet.
That was so good.
Thanks.
I love that song so much.
Carrie
and
Lick, dude.
when you play it with Nick too, he does that ding when
Yes.
you say what is the line when pedals drop?
Pedals, yes.
Yeah, and he goes bing, like you can hear. It makes it like visual almost. I can like see it in my
It's
mind's
just like
eye.
they fall on the table. Like I try so hard to do it, but I can't nail it. So I just let him handle it.
You just let him.
I'm just like you
no,
got it.
but
You got it.
it's fun to watch you guys. I mean, have each other's back too in that respect.
Dude, he always has my back.
Yeah,
like,
when y'all are singing together, he'll just do some of that like random stuff in the middle, and I'm like, yes, Nick understands the assignment.
He
there.
always does.
He always
I wish he
does.
was here right now to like save me.
Yeah, well, not save you. You did beautifully without him, of course. But that is a fun thing that he adds in.
Yeah.
And you can carry with that, which means it's so special.
Dude, like Carrie blows my mind. Like honestly, I love her so much. I've never met anybody that's just on fire like with songwriting.
Yeah,
She's just freaking
A
fantastic.
lyricist.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it just pours out of her. Like, it's amazing. I'm so grateful for her.
it pours on you too, though. And I feel at least it seems like it. I don't know what
It
your
does
process
not.
is like.
It's
it doesn't
pulling
feel-
hair, dude.
She said, "I rip it out of my soul."
I do.
But I feel like you pull a lot of. Correct me if I'm wrong. Well, I don't think I am though. I feel like you pull a lot of inspiration from nature. Like you have, you always have like some. I mean, Mountain Daughter, very nature heavy. Even the Heart is a Home. You say that line about he sings as smooth as a river stone. I just never would even think of that.
Dude,
it's very.
aw.
You're very like in tune with the world.
Love the outdoors. Like if I could just literally be a tree, like I would be so happy. But
You're a mountain daughter. It's that simple.
I just want to be a tree. But
It's kind of what I was about to ask anyways.
Perfect.
But your lyrics, they don't just feel like you just wrote them down. They feel very lived in. Do you feel like when you're pulling that from experiences, or are you kind of stepping into character sometimes?
so I've just like, all right, I've always admired folks that can like hear a story and they have enough empathy to be like, I know how you're feeling, and they can write a song about someone else's experience. I've never been great at that. I am something that I work on that all the time. Like anytime I sit down to write a song, I try to do that. But everything that I've written thus far stems from a personal experience. Or I have to get very trickstery with my lyrics because I don't want it to be like blatantly obvious, like who or what it's about, because sometimes those people are in my life, you know, and it's like I don't want them to know this is about them. But yeah, everything's from personal experience.
Nick totally knows that song's about him, though.
Totally. See, that's different. I want him to know.
You
It's
said,
like, here.
I made this for you.
Yeah, it's like, this is for you. Enjoy.
Yeah, I get
But,
that.
yeah.
I get that. Speaking of Nick, this question just popped in my head. You guys are so, in love, and like that's so fun. But some of the best songs are breakup songs. Are you just never gonna write a breakup song?
So that's what I was getting at. So I write a lot of my stuff. Again, like I've never had a bad breakup. Like any guy I've ever been with before Nick, I'm just like, y'all were cool, but like I wasn't in love with you. You know? Like if Nick and I were break up, bro, there's gonna be albums.
Albums upon albums.
Because my heart would be shattered. But no, like my breakup songs are about like different losses, you know, that I've experienced, or like different pains that I've felt.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was saying earlier, is like I have to get trickstery with it. I want people to know their breakup songs. Like Second Time, that's not a breakup song, you know?
But it does feel like
And
it
Less
does feel
Lonesome
like-
isn't a breakup song either. And it's like stuff like that. Like I don't want people to think that they're all about breakups, because how many breakup songs can this girl write? But it's like none of them are about breakups.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love a breakup song.
I do too. Like, I love a breakup song.
I mean, I remember being a kid and listening to breakup songs and pretending like I've ever been in that situation.
Just staring out the window watching it rain.
As if
like,
if something traumatic has happened, and I'm just like, I'm 8, so I don't know.
That's
anything.
amazing though. Like as an 8-year-old being like, I'm gutted.
Yeah,
Like,
but I
love
wasn't.
that.
I was fine.
It's a child actor in you.
That's a child actor in me. You're right. Do you ever have like a line or a phrase that pops in your head that you know has to be in a song, and so you have to sit down and like construct the whole song around one specific line?
Man, I'm trying to think. A lot of my songs it's just kind of happened, like, as I was writing. I'm terrible. Like, I'll sit down without an idea all the time, which is like a songwriting no, you know? But I do that all the time. And I'll just let it flow out. And if there happens to be a good line in the song, amazing. We struck gold, we won the lottery that day. But if there's not, that's just what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
I don't think there's really been any song that I've built around a line, but I've always wanted to. I'm just not good at, like, thinking of a line before I think of the song, you know? Like, I'm a very afterthought person.
So you start with just, like, the intro of the song. You don't start with the chorus and then work your way back?
It varies, like, from song to song. So, like, for Mountain Daughter, for example, like, I wrote that whole a cappella bit driving around Shreveport running errands, like, in my truck. Like, the whole thing, like, all of the a cappella bit. And that's all I had for a long time. And I was trying to write around that. So I guess, yeah, because I wrote the whole song around, well, Nick and I wrote the whole song around the a cappella bit. But yes and no. Because some songs just happen, songs, I'm, like, sitting on it for months, you know?
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, different songs hit you different ways.
Yeah.
And they come out of you different ways. What is a Presley Haile lyric that you're really proud of? That you're just like, damn, I wrote that.
Oh, my God. Honestly, like, for me, I don't think there's anyone that would, like my songs that would feel this way. But when I was writing Less Lonesome, I cried, like, whenever I wrote this line. And I get to the second verse, and it's like, my mom and dad sure miss your face, and the dog you left still waits for you by the door. Like, that line made me bawl, because his dog genuinely, like, would. Like, anytime a loud truck would pass by, Bravo would run to the door and wait. And it was gut-wrenching. This dog did this until it died. Like, it was insane. And he just loved my brother so much. My brother loved that dog so much. But for me, it's definitely that, because I've never made myself cry like that.
Yeah.
And, like, I just bawled for, like, 30 minutes and, like, was wiping tears, and I was like, finish the song, like, literally talking to myself, like, trying to finish the song, like, pull your boots up by the straps. God looking down at me would laugh, and I'm just, like, laughing at myself, being like, get it together, girl, you got a song to write. And it just all came out in that song. So it's probably definitely that line.
Well,
but
I think I disagree with you, though, about people who listen to your music would disagree with you, because that is definitely a song that I think of as, like, a canon lyric for you. Because I remember when I heard it, I was like, oof, that hits. that is a different kind of pain, and it was really beautiful the way you wrote that down.
I appreciate it.
So you are in the middle of writing a bunch of songs right now. How are you going about that? Are you being super disciplined and waking up every day with the same routine? Or is it just strike you, like, I gotta capture it just like lightning in a bottle? How are you going about that?
It's very much lightning in a bottle for me. Like, when the iron's hot, it's hot. And, like, when it's not, it's not. Like, at all. Like, the well runs dry, but then it'll freaking rain, you know? And it's, like, it's insane. So the weather, the sun coming out helps a lot. And I hate that. Like, in the wintertime, all my songs are about my brain, you know, and being sad and, like, trying to get through it. And I'm okay with that, because, like, I feel like songs like that are important, even if they don't see the light of day. Like, it's good for me to get it out. It's like journaling. But when the sun comes out, I have other stuff to write about.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, I have other ideas. That's crazy. But no, I was writing a lot last week. But I try to sit down in the morning with my guitar, like, cup of coffee. I open my laptop, respond to emails, and, like, I have my notes on the laptop so I can write on my laptop. And I'll get my guitar out. And I'll just play around. Like, if anything, I'll just practice. But if I'm working on a song, I will sit down with it in the morning. I will sit down with it, see if there's anything coming, but I won't force it, because I don't want to, like, ruin an idea, because an idea that I like feels rare sometimes, you know, so I'll just sit with it, let it live, let it breathe. But I do work on it every day, you know. And, like, even when I'm not sitting in my office driving around running errands, I'm singing it in my head. I have my voice memo out, like, constantly thinking about a song. Yeah. So yes and no. Definitely not, like, as disciplined as I should be, but I do work on it.
Well, but it's sometimes it's hard to be disciplined when it comes to creativity.
Absolutely.
It's, like, it's not hitting me right now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do about that.
Yes, there's no rules when it comes to anything creative either. So yeah, you can't really box it up and expect it to work for you.
Yeah. Like, I guess all you can do is, like, hope the weather changes and then go outside and touch some grass and hope it inspires you.
That's it. Like, that's literally it. It's like, oh, the sun's out today. Let me go lay in the front yard for a little bit. Like,
and then it'll just strike you. Do you prefer co-writing, and does that help you get out of those ruts, or do you kind of like the alone time that sometimes comes along with writing?
It really depends on like who I'm co-writing with. Like co-writing with Carrie is just fun. It's just fun, and like the only intention there, it's so forgiving as well. Like we're gonna end up with something, good or bad. We are writing something because Carrie's just that way, and it's gonna be fun and laid back. And writing with Nick, oh my God. So I think it's because Nick and I talk about this all the time, but I would never do this with like Carrie or with Race, you know, but it's like with Nick, he knows me on a level that like nobody knows me. Like he sees the good, the bad, the ugly, and he sees the hair pulling. Like how I would write on my own. It's like head against the wall, like ripping my hair out, just be like, what is this line? You know, like I love it. I love it. But it's crazy. Like I literally will beat myself up over it, and I get so mad at myself. And Nick sees that whenever we co-write. Like I don't hide that for him because I don't feel like I need to. This poor man is like, you got this. I'm gonna go. Like, so yes and no.
Yeah.
I love co-writing. Organized co-writes are weird.
Is that like those groups where you like have a word and you have to?
Yeah, well that or just like somebody you might not be like uber comfortable with, like writing wise. Like I don't think it's anything like discrediting another artist at all, but I try not to be closed off. It just takes me a long time to like warm up to somebody. So yes and no. I love co-writing, but I'm way more comfortable writing by myself because I can pull out my hair if I want. You know, it's like I can be insane and angry if I want. And I hate putting the energy out there. Wow, making myself sound insane.
Well, no, sometimes it's a labor of love, but it is a labor, you know?
It's the best feeling whenever you end up with a product that you like, though. Like, and even something you don't like, it's easy to be like, that's baloney, but you can appreciate it for what it is.
But at least I got it out.
Literally, yeah, it's like, I wrote a song. Praise the Lord.
Yeah,
like,
You should have to have gratitude in at least, like, in that, you know?
Absolutely.
Because not everyone can write a song.
Yes.
You know?
Not everyone can. And, like, Shelby Stone actually she said it to me before. I don't know where she got it from. Probably Dalton Domino. But she's like, respect your muse, or your muse will find somebody else. Ooh. And that hit me, like, so hard. Because, like, I've never really identified my muse. I feel like it changes all the time. But it's like, respect your muse. Like, write the songs. Make her feel loved, or him, or whatever it is. Like, ever since I heard that, like, I write so much more. Yeah. And Shelby is, like, one of the most, like, disciplined people I've ever met in my entire life. Like, she's a rock star. She's a rock star. She's and, like, she has the most insane work ethic. Like, I admire the heck out of her. Like, she's insane. I love her so much.
I totally see that. She's so cool. Yeah. She's, like, I mean, she's just a cool girl. Epitome of rock star. And, you know, I don't know about her work ethic, but she's always on fire up there.
She works her tail off, dude. Like, all day, every day, in every aspect. Like, she oils that machine, and she makes it freaking drive.
I gotta get her on here.
Dude, yes. Y'all would have so much fun.
We would. And she matches the set with her blue hair.
Oh, my God. I need to see that. I love that. That'd be awesome.
Speaking of style, because her style is so unique and really cool, but your style is so unique and really cool. And you always are so uniquely dressed. You're thrifting. You have these hearts. Can you talk about, like, where all of your style inspiration came from, and specifically these incredible hearts on your cheeks?
Oh my gosh. So, I mean, in high school, I went to a small school. Dress code was very intense, you know. So, like, I literally wore skinny jeans, Converse, and an oversized hoodie every single day.
Can't imagine you in that right now.
Literally, like, I never, ever since I graduated, I have not touched skinny jeans.
Yeah.
Like, I still wear an oversized hoodie, but, like, the skinny jeans had to go. But I had no, like, stylistic expression at all. And there for a while, like, playing shows, I'd go to Boot Barn and Splurge, whatever. And I don't know, like, I started liking putting outfits together, and I'm learning every day. Like, I will wear some crazy stuff and be like, what was I doing? But, like, I feel like I'm finally, like, with my color palette, and I like what I like. I love denim. I love vintage shirts. I love vintage jackets. I like statement pieces. And I love thrifting. Because I love shopping. Like, I love looking for things and finding things. Thrifting is cheaper, first of all. It's better for the environment, which I love, and it's just fun. Like, even if you come home with nothing, it's just fun. Like, I wasted 4 hours looking at stuff. Like,
well, and even I feel like you don't come home with like the other day. I ran into you and you were like, "I have this shirt for you in my car that I just saw at a thrift store and got for you," and I was like, "What?" Like,
I love that though,
dude, and I wear it all the time. It's one of my favorites.
It's so cute on you too. I'm so glad you like it.
And my mom will be like, hey, I told her I had to bring it over here because I left it in Coleman. And I was like, will you get me this shirt? It has like diamonds on the back. And she goes, oh, the Presley shirt. And I was like, yes, the Presley
I love
shirt.
your mom. She
Yeah.
was an icon. But no, in the hearts. So I really wanted, this is so weird, but like I loved 21 Pilots when I was in.
Okay.
Loved them. Like obsessed. I wanted to get them tattooed on my arm. Like I wanted to go to every show. I'm telling you, like a stan. Hardcore. Like probably freaky, creepy stan. Like, I love them so much. I still love them, but it's like I don't listen to them anymore. Yeah. I've like outgrown it, whatever. But I was listening to this podcast called Your Favorite Band Sucks, and they had one on 21 Pilots, and it wrecked me. But he said something, he was like, they wear the ski mask to be identifiable, you know, and like be different. And I was like, what if I did something like that?
Yeah.
I want to be identifiable and different. What is my ski mask, you know, essentially? And Taylor Pena, you know, she does the cutest little tiny black heart.
She does.
Under her eye. And like, I was always obsessed with it. And I was like, that's so stinking cute, you know? And I was wearing this jumpsuit for LJT like 3 years ago, I think, which is crazy to think about.
I remember that jumpsuit with the heart cut out.
Yes.
Fantastic jumpsuit.
Yes. And I was like, how can I do something with my makeup that is fits what I'm wearing, fits my vibe, something I can do forever. And I was like, white hearts, big white hearts on my face. And I kind of had this like rodeo clown thing envisioned like in my head. I was like, cute rodeo clown, like whatever. So I started doing the hearts. But the whole reason, like going, like zooming way in on like the true inspiration, like besides Taylor, like she obviously put it like in motion for me. Yeah. But so the night that Nick and I told each other how we felt, I had been jonesing over this man for, and I was scared of it. You know, I was like, I can't do this. Like, he's my best friend. Like, I can't wreck this, you know? So I was hiding it for a long time. I was like, I just need to get over it. So I was dealing with getting over it and like being okay with like seeing him like move on and whatever and like do whatever. And I was just like, I love you. Like, I love you, you know? And we were playing at this brewery in Shreveport one night. And we were playing In Spite of Ourselves, a John Prine song with Iris Dement.
Love In Spite of Ourselves.
But I said something to him, you know, their lines like, only big old hearts dancing in our eyes. And I was like, man, I wish I could make my pupils look like hearts. Like when I sing that, because I always do like the little heart. And he was like, you just don't see my eyes when I look at you. And I was just like, and I had already been feeling like he was like picking up what I was laying down, and like he was laying it down for me too.
Yeah, it was mutual for sure.
Yes, but that's when I was like, okay, he's okay. And I was like, I was so ready to be over with the gig so I could talk to him about it. Yeah. I was like, what's going on here? Like, what are we doing? You know? He takes me to this place after the gig, like we get dinner, and he asked me to be his wedding date to like a friend's wedding, and I was like, yeah, absolutely. Not will you go with me, like will you be my date? And I was like, totally. And I'm just like, yes, you know? And we just told each other how we felt that night. And it was amazing, and I've never forgotten it. But this is my way of being like, here are my heart eyes. Like anytime I see you, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I love it. It's like threefold. It's your identifier, it's a connection to a friend, and it's also how you feel about
it's like Mr. my little Bromley. Love note to Nick. And I hope like anytime he sees a picture of me with a heart on, he knows like she's wearing that for me. I hope he knows.
It's a nod.
Yes. It's like better than getting his name tattooed on me.
And less permanent.
Less permanent. I can wash
and they say if you get someone's name tattooed on you, it's the kiss of death.
Yeah, it's bad luck.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Never. I would never do that anyways. I love you, Nick, but I would never get your name tattooed on me.
Let's not tattoo names on ourselves.
Yeah.
But now you have to put them on like every time you go on stage. So that can be, we got to figure out a stamp or something.
Yes.
We got to streamline it. That way you're not meticulously.
Me trying to put them on this morning, I wiped them off because if I wipe them off quick, I can get it off. Because I start with like 3 dots and then I fill them in, whatever. And it's fun when I'm in the mood, but when I'm not, I'm just like, shaky hands,
cries. Then then they're falling apart
it's
even
like,
more.
Don't cry.
If someone had to create a Presley Haile starter pack, what would be in it?
White eyeliner,
for sure.
White liquid eyeliner, These boots, I thrifted them in Stephenville.
Some ropers.
I wear them every day. Like, these are my favorite. I think they're like actually like Tony Llamas or something, but they're the most comfortable pair of boots I've ever had. They are worn. I've had them resold twice. Like, I love them so much. Denim, anything denim, denim jacket, denim shirt, overalls, jeans. Give me all the denim, vintage denim specifically. I love a gunny sacks dress. Like, give me something white and lacy, borderline grandma's wedding dress. Like,
Perfect.
I love it. Like, let me wear it.
Also, turquoise, babe.
Turquoise, dude. Like,
Turquoise.
I always forget. It's just like a part of me now.
Silver jewelry and
but
turquoise.
Turquoise, I love this necklace so much. My stepdad gave it to me. I wear it every day. It's my favorite. But yeah, turquoise, white eyeliner, worn out boots, denim. Lace, vintage lace.
Perfect.
So yeah.
Love it. Love it.
And a guitar. Birdie has to be there too.
Yeah. Yes. Back to performing and life as an artist, you have this undeniable big voice. I mean, I'm sure you get that all the time. When you step on stage, do you feel like that energy just comes out of you naturally, or do you have to kind of like shift into performer mode?
When I'm in my environment, like, it's weird. Like, as soon as the hearts are on, like, I'm Presley Haile, like, the artist, you know?
Yeah.
When the hearts aren't on, like, I'm just me. And I'm very awkward. I'm very quiet. I'm a wallflower. But with the hearts on, like, I'm going to talk to anybody. Like, it's almost like my superhero mask. Like, it's so insane. Yeah. And I never thought that it would be that way, but I'm so grateful that it is because, like, when the hearts are on, I'm prepared to talk to anybody and everybody. I love talking with people. I love meeting sweet people. It makes my whole day, like, honestly. But when I have the hearts on, it's like, this is me. Like, I'm ready to go. Yeah. Like, I'm in my element. I have the hearts on. I'm not in work mode, just, like, I'm a heightened level of myself. So, yeah, I think so. Like, I think whenever I get on stage, like, there's a switch that's flipped. And sometimes the switch doesn't flip, and it's not fun. Yeah. Like, if I had a long night or, like, whatever. But, yeah, there's a switch there, and I'm grateful for the switch. Because, like, I feel like there needs to be an on-off, you know?
Yeah, then you can separate and, like, have that, like, just wallflower time. Because there's nothing wrong with being a wallflower.
I don't think so
There's
either.
sometimes where it's so good.
Yes.
People watch and just kind of...
It's so nice.
Sit in the silence.
It's like we're just hanging out with the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
What has been your most unforgettable show so far? Good, bad, straight up bizarre?
Oh my gosh. So, honestly, you were there. Like, it was Rhymes and Vines. I was wearing the heart jumpsuit.
Oh, that was...
Yes, and that's when Larry Joe... Oh my gosh.
Oh, I remember this.
I still don't think I've let myself process this because it was so insane to me. But, like, Mountain Daughter was climbing the ranch charts. Couldn't believe it. Like...
Yes.
And it was... We were waiting to see if it was number one. We were waiting to see if we pushed out Jason Isbell. And it was Saturday. Like, we find out on Sunday what it's doing. And freaking Larry Joe comes out on stage, like, Shane is introducing Nick and I. Larry Joe comes out on stage with that dang plaque. And, like, it was insane. And, I cried. Well, I was trying not to. I was like, I gotta play now?
Yeah. That was particularly, like, I was confused about that, too. I was like, why didn't they do this at the very, very end? Now she's gotta, like, play through this emotion.
And then I look at the pictures, and I see everyone backstage that I didn't see. And they're all smiling, and they're all so proud. And, like, I never doubted my family, like, and y'all, like, you're my family.
Yeah.
Like,
thank you,
I love you so much. And, like, I love my friends. We have amazing friends. We have such a huge support group. And seeing everyone smile in that picture, I was just like, you guys, like, I love y'all. But, no, like, that was a huge turning point for me. Like, I feel like I could win a Grammy, and it wouldn't feel that good, you know? I'm gonna tear up.
But to say, you're gonna make me cry.
Yeah,
Stop
like
it.
that. So grateful. Oh my God.
One of my favorite pictures of you and I is from that day.
You
were doing like that big bear
too.
hug, and I'm just like,
I love that picture.
That was such a good day.
Oh my God. Yeah, that day lives rent free in my brain, dude. Like,
yeah,
that day. It was like, we are doing it. Like, we are legit. Like,
we are legit.
We're doing it. Like,
yeah, and I'm sure it's so like such a good touchstone for when you're having a bad day, you can be like, whoa, look at all the people who love me and support me.
And like,
how sweet of Larry Joe to put that together. He's
and
such
there was a cake backstage.
Yes, the cake was the cake.
And Larry Joe has done that for us every time we make the chart. Every single time he gives us a plaque, he congratulates us, gives us a
Larry
call, has us
Joe.
over. I'm telling you, like, this man, I don't know how we all got so fortunate. Like,
He's a
Papa Joe.
he's a Presley Haile, Nick Brumley, Reese Wickets, Niles Rowakovics stan. Like, he loves all of you guys.
And, like,
with
we
so
all
much
love
of
him
himself.
so much. And it's
Yeah.
like, we respect him so much. And the fact that he, like, messes with us, we're just like, dude.
Yeah. That's such a cool, unique relationship that you have with
I'm so
an
grateful.
icon. Like,
Literally.
literally an
Like,
icon.
an icon. And he's,
Sometimes
like,
I'll be
the
talking to Larry
sweetest
Joe,
guy.
and I'm like, I can't believe you're talking to me.
He's so sweet, though.
No.
And down to earth.
He's the
and
coolest.
honest. He's a straight shooter. And, no, I love him so much. But, yeah.
That's such a great story. You really got me with that one. I saw you
I
tearing
got
up.
myself, dude.
I
was
saw you
like,
tearing
"Ugh."
up, and I was like, I'm gonna tear up. Oh my goodness!
I'm telling you, I don't talk about that because, like,
because it's
I
so
will
much.
cry.
Yeah.
Like,
So if someone has never seen you live before, how do you want them to feel when they leave your show?
I hope they feel happy. Like, I hope they feel, like, heard and seen. Like, especially if it's their first time seeing me. Like, I hope there's something that really resonates. And, like, maybe by the grace of God, heal something in them, you know? Because, like, I've been to so many shows where it's, like, I needed to
for
hear
sure.
that. Like, I needed that song. Like, I didn't know there was somebody out there that felt the same way I do. Or it's, like, I don't feel alone anymore in this aspect and stuff. Like, if I leave a show feeling that way, if I've cried at a show, if I've laughed at a show, if I've done it all,
Yeah.
it's a great show. So it's like, if I can do that for somebody, bury me. Like, I can
Bury
die
me.
happy. Like, that's the goal. Like, I just want people to be happy and feel seen and heard. I love it.
That's a great way to want people to feel, because I do feel like that happens for people at your shows.
Aw, dude. Like,
I'm telling
bury
you,
me now. Where's the casket?
I swear, the day I met you, I was like, I was sitting next to my dad, and I was like, she doesn't know it yet, but that girl's gonna be my friend.
I love you, Sam. Like, I'm so
gonna
glad you
force
came
it
up
on
to
you.
me. Oh my gosh.
Well, okay, so let's talk about your musical influences. If you could step into the studio with any artist of any era for a day, who would it be?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, like, James Taylor.
Ooh.
Because the way that man plays guitar, he's such an honest writer, but he's still very poetic. And it's like, his songs have always resonated with me. Like, I discovered him when I was 13, you know. My parents went to Ruidoso and came back with James Taylor Greatest Hits CD. And I wore it out, dude. Like, it was my favorite. And his voice is so sweet. And it's like, so many of those songs wreck me and make me so happy. And I just feel like he would be lovely to be around. Like, to me, I don't know the guy, obviously. I might not ever know the guy, and that's okay. But I feel like he'd be very sweet. I feel like he'd be very fun to work with. I think he would have great ideas. I think he would be able to incorporate so much. Like, if it was a song we wrote together or something I was doing, I feel like he would be able to step in there and be like, oh, I'm hearing this, I'm hearing that. Like,
Yeah.
these harmonies, this guitar part. Like, I feel like he would be a dream in a studio,
Yeah.
you know? So, yeah, 100% JT, man. Like,
JT.
like,
Has there been like a specific album or song or just like moment that changed the way you see music and made you want to get involved?
honestly, it all goes back to Hannah Montana. Like,
Thank you.
all of it. It all goes
all
back
were
to Hannah
thinking
Montana.
it.
Like,
That's amazing.
I remember, like, I was watching Hannah Montana, like, probably my whole life. Like, I remember when I was
Same.
4 years old, my mom and dad got me a karaoke machine for Christmas and, like, 4 Hannah Montana karaoke CDs.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to be here so bad.
Yeah.
I love Miley Cyrus. I
She had the
love
best of
every
both
part of
worlds.
her evolution, literally. Like, I didn't necessarily, like, the double life didn't really attract me too much. I was like, that's super fun. Like, I love that. But I was like, Miley, just be you the whole
But-
time.
I mean, to the credit of the double life, you kind of do. I mean, you said so yourself. When you
The
put these
hearts.
hearts on,
Yeah.
I mean, she puts that wig on. She's a performer. Takes it off. She's Miley.
She's
like,
Miley.
Miley Stewart.
Yes, and she just gets to live her life.
Yeah.
Like,
So, I mean, I do think you have a little bit of that in you probably from that show.
I have noticed because, like, my hair changes so frequently. Like, I'll chop it off. Like, it'll be curly. It'll be straight. Like, I'll
Yeah.
get bangs, whatever. Like, my hair is constantly changing. And I have noticed, like, with the hearts on, people know it's me.
Yeah.
With the hearts not on, I see so many people being like, is it her? Kind of looks like her. Is it her? The heart is like,
It's an identifier
they know it's
for
me.
sure.
So with the hearts on, yeah, it kind of is like taking the wig off.
Yeah.
Because it's like they just don't know it's
They
me.
just
Like,
Because, I mean, and also, Hannah Montana had some bangers. They weren't all bangers,
dude.
but she had some bangers for
yes,
certain.
like, no,
Especially the later
she
years.
started it all, dude. I credit it all to her.
Honestly,
Love her so much.
I love it. That's so real, because we're all just kids watching Disney Channel at the end of the day.
Yes, and it's like, oh my gosh, my mom swears that I couldn't hold a tune in a bucket when I was a kid. That never stopped me. I had
You
my little
couldn't? Oh,
Dude.
that shocks me.
I feel like I couldn't, though. Like, I feel like Miley just, like, pumped my brain up so much. I was like, I can do that. Like, I just
like,
believed hard enough.
I mean, honestly, I could do that. I was part of the Miley Cyrus club when I was a kid.
I'm so jealous.
I had a card and everything.
What did y'all get up to?
No, like we didn't. Nothing. I think I bought it online with like no permission. I was just like, I know how a credit card works, and I like they mailed me a card and it had like a Miley Cyrus ID number on it, and like I got nothing else out of it. I'm pretty sure.
I wish you still had it.
I do too, honestly.
I wish you still had that.
And I think
It's
my
probably
picture was
worth
on
some
it
money.
too, and I took it on my
Here's
parents'
my
webcam.
ID.
Yeah, and it was like an ID.
Sam, that's so
So,
sweet, dude.
I'm
love
also
that.
a Hannah Montana kid through
I want a
and through.
Hannah Montana ID. That's awesome.
We'll get you on. We'll get you on.
We'll
I
find
bet.
one.
I bet they still do.
I'm gonna go find like a bootleg website.
Yeah. As someone who is constantly evolving and your music changes, and I've seen it over the years, is there something that you're doing right now that you love that past you would be like, whoa, I can't believe that's what's going on?
Actually writing songs, like literally.
Yeah.
So like whenever I first started, I mean, it started when I was 16, and I wrote some songs, you know, but like I don't think anybody should hold themselves to a high standards, especially when they start writing songs, because it's such a crusher of creativity. Like it just suffocates it, you know. And I thought they were great though. Like I was writing all these songs, and it was like once in a blue moon that I would write. Like in the beginning, it was like rapid fire. Like I was just writing anything and everything and playing them all at shows, and I thought it was it. I thought it was it, you know. Then I met Nick, and I was around like a real respectable, amazing songwriter. Humbled. Literally, I'm telling you, like, that was the first experience I had with Nick, was just like getting my stuff rocked.
Yeah.
I was like crying, and he'd be like, "You wrote that? Like, what?"
Yeah.
And it wrecked me, dude, like, in the best way. So I started playing with him. I was writing here and there, but it's like it was so much harder. But definitely writing songs, because it took me like 2 or 3 years to like really break through and find my songwriter's voice.
Yeah.
So as Daryl Scott would say. But yeah, so writing songs, actually writing. So yeah.
I'm proud of you for doing that though, because
Thanks.
they're
Thanks.
awesome.
I appreciate it.
So let's talk about your personal life a little bit. You and Nick have this undeniable chemistry and love for each other, as we've discussed, but you're also both in the music world, and you're a kind of co-workers to a degree.
Yeah.
How do you balance love life and work life, and, you know, kind of take off that like hat and be like, I'm your girlfriend?
It's honestly so difficult. Like Nick and I, we never like really get in fights about it, or like even arguments. Tension is a real thing. Like especially with Nick, he wears so many hats. Like he plays bass for Raise, like he plays in my band, and we do the duo thing. And he also has his own projects that like deserve attention. But like I said earlier, like Nick is such a giver. Like he will give and give and give and save nothing for himself. So that's mainly the most like, that's the issue, I feel like, is like we all support him so much, and we just want him to like take time for himself. But it's almost like he loves and cares about the people he loves and cares about so much. He almost doesn't allow himself to like step away.
Yeah,
but
it's hard because if you love giving, you want to give.
Yeah, you want to just keep giving and giving, and like he's so amazing. He's so generous. It's like none of us want to try to make him stop giving.
Yeah,
you know? But it's like, save some for you, babe.
Yeah,
save some for you. But it is hard to separate things, because like even on our days off, that's all we talk about. Like we're musicians, we're songwriters. Like that's our life. Like it's our freaking beating hearts, the blood in our veins. Like we don't know what else to talk about.
Yeah,
I'd be like, well, the weather's really nice today. Like that's our life. But we're still navigating that. Like honestly, and like our relationship's amazing, and like it's so strong. But I do think about that sometimes. It's like, what's life gonna be like if and when we have kids one day? Like how are we gonna do that? Because like it's crazy. It is a lot to think about, but it's a very fine line that we haven't balanced yet.
You're just kind of dancing around it.
We're dancing it,
just
dude.
Dancing around it.
Like I love it though.
Yeah. Well, you also are a proud dog mom to Emmy Lou and Graham Cracker. What's the best part about having them? And do you take them to lots of shows or do they hang back?
So, I love my dogs so much. Like, I love them. Like, those are my children. I will get them tattooed on me. Like, 100%. Like, those are my kids.
We have them in your brand, like on your merch too, Emmy Lou.
Like, those dogs, they are the light of my life. They make me so happy. Like, I'm one of those people that needs animal companionship. I have to have it. Like, I have to have it. I love animals so much. But these dogs are the best dogs I've ever had. You know, like, I love them. They have so much personality. They're so sweet. But they come everywhere we go, usually.
Yeah.
We get an Airbnb because they are crazy. Emmy Lou is about to be 4. Graham just turned 2. Emmy Lou is a bulldog. She's just a ball of energy.
Emily's only 4.
I wish she was still a puppy, dude. I think about her getting older. It's like, don't you do it. Don't you do it one day. Don't you do it.
But she has like an old soul, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like the day I met her, I was like.
She's couch potato.
Yeah.
Like, that's her vibe. And Graham, he can be very chill, but they're not at the point where I trust them at shows. Yeah. I love them so much, but like, I don't have that. I'm a very like, I'm going to be such an anxious mom one day because I'm just like, what are you getting into? Stop, put that down, like, relax, like get off the furniture, don't jump on them. So no, I just can't, I don't want that at the show.
Yeah, fair enough.
They go to the Airbnb and we go home.
Fair enough, but we love Graham Cracker. We love
Emily Lou. They're the best. I love them
I remember
so
when you got Graham and he was the cutest pup.
Little baby.
The cutest pup.
And now he's huge. Like,
yeah, that kid shot up. I mean,
he's huge. Like,
huge.
Melon head too. His head is gigantic. But
okay, we're gonna do a rapid fire.
Oh, perfect.
Just whatever comes to not whatever comes to mind because I'm gonna give you like probably whatever comes to mind and like ifs or questions. You know. Okay. Vinyl or streaming?
Vinyl.
Okay.
100%.
Dream venue to play?
Red Rocks.
Yes, that is a common theme. Red Rocks is the coolest.
Like, you're in the middle of nowhere in Colorado, outside in an amphitheater. Dream.
It's a hike, though. Have you been?
No. You have to hike up to it?
Oh.
Even better. Well, oh, my God.
Or you can... what happened to me was this guy was rocking around in a van, and he was just like, if you give me $5, I'll drive y'all up. And I was like,
deal.
Yes, I will get in your van, stranger.
Who did you go see? It's not embarrassing, I promise.
No, I didn't. It was I saw Mamma Mia the musical. like it was cinema at Red Rocks, and Dad took us because he was just like, I always wanted to go.
Fun,
and it was a sea of women and Greg, just being an absolute champ.
He's such a girl's girl.
Yeah, he is. He's a good girl dad for sure. And me and Mom were loving it. What?
Never.
Well, if you're gonna see it, do it at Red Rocks. It's freaking and everyone's singing along. It was wild. Anyway, Red Rocks is a great dream venue to play. I agree. One word that best describes your music.
Outdoorsy. I hope.
Yeah.
I hope.
For real. I was gonna say nature.
Perfect.
So,
good.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love it.
Most unexpected artist to be on your playlist.
I wish I had my phone. I'm trying to think. I listen to everything under the sun. I try to. Who was I just jamming to the other day? Most unexpected. It might not be unexpected, but like Pink. I go hard to Pink.
Really?
I love Pink.
That's kind of unexpected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love her.
Love that. Okay, I think I know the answer to this one, but Patsy Cline or Emmy Lou?
I love me some Patsy, but Emmy Lou's my queen.
Yeah.
Like, I talk about aging like wine, like in every aspect. She's gorgeous. Her songs have aged so beautifully. I love Emmy Lou. I love everything
and you
about
name
her.
your dog after her.
Yes.
How could you not pick Emmy Lou?
Yes, I love Emmy Lou.
Most used emoji.
White heart.
Well, I was about to say white heart.
But second most, the skull. Like, that
really
turned into my laughing face was the skull. I got tired of the laughing emoji.
Yeah, just dead.
Just dead.
First concert you ever attended?
Randy Rogers.
Heck yeah.
At Choctaw Casino. Dude.
Oh my gosh.
I was like 14.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Mine was Hillary Duff.
Hillary Duff? I love that.
Yeah. If you could steal credit for any song in history, what would it be?
Make Me Down a Pallet on My Floor, on your floor, Mississippi John Hurt. Because, like...
I love that song.
I love that song, too. And, like, it's
you do
just...
a great cover of it.
Thank you. But it's just, I don't know. I love folk songs. I love them. And that song, to me, is, like, the epitome of, like, a folk song. Like, it's in there, it's out there, and I love everything about that song. And every version I've ever heard, I just love. And I feel like, in a different life, maybe I wrote that song.
Maybe. Like, I love that. Okay, now we're going to play another game, but you get to pick.
Okay,
Song association or 5-second rule.
What is song association?
So I'll give you a word, and you have to come up with a song. Maybe
on the spot?
Maybe even sing a little bit of it on the spot.
Oh, like a song that I know?
Yeah. It doesn't have to be yours. You don't have to, like, write it. Like,
let's actually try that. That sounds fun.
Okay. Lonely.
Lonely. I'm so lonely.
Dream.
Hey now, don't dream it's over. I love that song.
I thought you were going a very different route. I thought you were gonna go, hey now, this is what dreams are made.
Wow.
I'm in a Hillary Duff thing right now.
I wish I was on your wavelength.
Stuck. Okay, wild. Oh, I have one.
You have one? What is it?
Wild thing.
Why did I not think of that?
You make my heart sing.
Wild. Gosh, that's crazy.
Moon.
Drank all I can swallow, now the moon's gonna follow me home. It's a Patty Griffin song. It's called The Moon Song. I love it. It's so beautiful.
I'm gonna have to listen to that one.
It's so good. I love her.
Highway.
Maybe I just need to go someplace where I can't hear the highway. Jonathan Terrell, Highway. It's a really great song, too.
Storm.
Everything changes, baby. Ain't nothing in this whole wide world ever stays the same. Great Divide, Breaking the Storm.
Oh, yeah. Fire.
And calling wildfire. That's a good song.
Heart.
I'm just thinking of the band. What song?
You're the poster child for Heart. You have to know a song with
That's
the word
what I'm
heart.
saying. Like, what song has heart in it? I'm just thinking of my own song. If His Heart Was a Home.
Yeah. You can do your own song.
Okay, does that count?
Yeah, that counts. Okay. That's that for song association.
Okay, cool.
Presley, this has been so fun getting to talk to you.
Thank you, Sam.
But before we wrap up, let's tell everyone where they can find your music and where you are on social media and any upcoming shows. I mean, we have one today, but maybe further down the line.
Later down the line.
Because I'm not posting this today. And yeah, tell us about upcoming shows and just other releases that you have coming up.
Yeah, so you can find me. It's just Presley Haile Music on Instagram, Presley Haile on Facebook, Presley Haile Music on YouTube, Presley Haile Music on TikTok. It's like we're everywhere. But I have a website. It's just presleyhaile.com. I post all of my upcoming shows and updates on there. But yeah, so I'm playing. If anyone's going to be in Austin, I'll be at South by Southwest. Not in the next couple of weeks. I play on the 14th of March. But we'll be playing at the Armadillo Den for the Caveman Festival announcement lineup thing. I'm really excited about that. And I'm playing the BMI Brunch at South Congress Hotel, I think, on the 14th as well. And then I'm playing Rodeo Austin on the 19th, I think. It's like a Tuesday.
You'll be in Austin for most of March, sounds like.
We've been in Austin a lot lately, and I'm not mad about it.
Yeah.
I love Austin. But yeah, so we'll be around.
Will you be around the showcase too on the mountain?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to be there every Sunday.
Yeah.
Like, you will see me every Sunday.
So we'll see you on Sundays at the mountain for the next 6 weeks. And then also LJT coming up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So excited. Almost mountain time.
Yes. This is that good part of the year. And lastly, to all of your mountain daughters, so wait, backstory real quick. I was at your show recently, and these two little girls, I ran into them in the bathroom. They had hearts on their faces, and I said, "Are you guys I said, "You guys big fans of Presley Haile?" And they were like, "Yeah, we love her." And I was like, "Me too." And it was so cute. The little girl goes, "Oh, so you're a mountain daughter too?" And I was like,
"Is that what we're calling my fans?"
Yes, that's what we're calling your fans now.
I love that.
And it was those little girls that were drawing you pictures and stuff.
My girls, dude.
And then they said it, and then they just disappeared. I never saw them again the rest of the night. And I was like, "No, I need you to tell the story." But I'll tell
They
it before
literally
you.
made my whole night. Like, I have their paintings like framed in my office now.
Oh, I love that.
I love them.
So, lastly, to all of the mountain daughters and sons out there, what's one thing you'd want them to take away from your music and your journey?
be nice to nature.
Yeah.
Like, protect our national parks, as Smokey would say. Only you can prevent wildfires. Like, very passionate about that.
Yeah.
Go out, touch grass. Like, go fishing, get outside. And I hope that you like the tunes and the lyrics, and I hope they resonate with you or whoever you are. My mountain children.
My mountain children, yes.
Mountaineers.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. That's it for Presley Haile. Thank you for going beyond the melody and letting us learn all about you. And I will have more episodes coming soon. So thanks.
Thank you so much, Sam.